Speaking of heat, Gons.
Yes.
Notably, one of the hottest Burning Man festivals ever.
Welcome to the camp of the unknown god.
Coming to you live from
Burning Man.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think I had heard that jingle.
Yeah,
That's fun.
Things happen when you're gone.
Much.
Psalm 40 and producer Caleb coming in with those.
Thank you very much. So you got my first missive, my first message from the desert. Yeah. And I was hoping to do a lot more of those. And obviously they did not. I will tell you, Gons, this is by far, by a wide margin, the most difficult Burning Man mission that we've ever done. For a lot of different reasons. And I'm not going to give the full breakdown right now, but pretty much every day had new and exciting disasters waiting for me. Of course, I shared a couple, broke down before even making it there, made it pretty close, broke down like right outside. But that, opened up the opportunity to, kind of share what I was doing there and talk to the guy there at the gas station, stuff like that. And that's kind of the theme of the whole trip, was something disastrous would happen, but it would, the Lord would open up very interesting opportunities to talk to people, have conversations, that I really just probably wouldn't have had before, just because of being stuck in a situation. Number one, thanks for nothing, Elon. The
what happened to Starlink?
The Starlink didn't work.
Oh, man.
It didn't work out there. And other people's, I don't know if you were kind of keeping people posted or whatever when I was...
A little bit, yeah.
The very few times I was able to get messages out to you. But yeah, the Starlink didn't work. Elon, thanks for nothing.
This is the guy you want to put microchips in your brain? Can't even get Wi-Fi to the desert?
Even worse, other people's Starlink was working fine.
Ooh, it was targeted. Targeted,
look,
bro.
I don't want to play the victim here, but I was the only person whose Starlink would not work. And I imagine I was the only person planning on doing a mainstream news deconstruction and analysis podcast live from the desert. Coincidence? I don't know. I will leave it to you.
Elon did promise us.
You are already sort of a cybernetic symbiote. Neural nets are taking over from regular programming. So you are connected.
Except you, Basil.
I was not connected.
You are not connected.
So that was a whole thing. It literally took me a whole day to try to get it working.
So
and
did you bring it? Didn't you have like a troubleshoot guy?
Right. Yeah.
He didn't help you?
I took hours and hours, probably about 8 hours, trying to make it work myself. Couldn't make it work. So I could see on my phone that other people had Starlinks up. So then I thought, okay, I'm going to go talk to one of these other Starlink people. Let me go see how they got it. Took me a few hours, found somebody. Wasn't really a help there, but the person said they would come by in the morning and help me set up my Starlink. They said they could help me troubleshoot. They do it all the time.
Sure.
They just never showed up. Never showed up. Never saw them again.
Of course.
Yeah. So that didn't work. Then my generator broke, or didn't break, but broke, I guess. Sprung a huge oil leak. So I couldn't run my generator. Disaster. Spent another whole day fixing that. And here's the thing. Believe it or not, Gons, I did not bring the materials or the expertise to do a fairly major generator repair. So I had to go from, I just literally wandered all day, it's crazy. It was over 100 degrees, wandering around, going camp to camp, asking people if they have the oil, if they have this, have that.
Do you have Starlink?
Right. This was a wonderful experience in the end, because I finally made it to DPW. This is the Department of Public Works at Burning Man. And they are sort of the organization of people who volunteer to kind of like make everything work at Burning Man.
Sure.
And they have like a mechanic department or whatever. Finally made it there. And DPW, they kind of have a reputation for being gruff, like not very friendly.
I'm sorry for the live streamers. You cut out for like 5 seconds. I couldn't hear what you said.
Okay, no worries. So I made it to DPW. Now the DPW, Department of Public Works, they have a reputation for not being very friendly, for kind of, I don't know, just very gruff group of people. They deal with a lot. They're working, they don't get to have fun really as much as everybody else. And they've also been there for like an extra month, some of them. So they've been living in the desert for a month. They're very hardened warriors. And so I was kind of worried about that. Now I'm just the dumb kid who's coming in asking for oil, asking for engine parts when it's really not their job to help me out. In fact, it's explicitly not their job. But I had a wonderful experience meeting the auto shop guy and got to talking, and kind of the same conversation that I shared with you about the first breakdown, in that he was very friendly, ended up giving me everything I needed and giving me some tips on how to fix the thing. And, asked me how I was doing, how it was going. I said, well, not very good. Complete disaster over and over and over. I'm here for a podcast. The producers of the podcast, which are also the listeners, paid for me to be here. Kind of feeling the pressure to bring back some good stuff and open up this wonderful conversation. Now, he didn't fall on his knees and proclaim Jesus Christ as his Lord and Savior right there, but we had a lot of wonderful conversation. Ended up recording a bit of it because part of what I was wanting to get was people's opinions about the role of Burning Man, not in their own lives, not as a party or whatever, but as a social engineering sort of petri dish. And a lot of these people had no idea that really what goes on at Burning Man and how it's, used to sort of program the software of the world at large, and how the principals and the lecturers and things like this go on to, join the World Economic Forum at Davos and, have a hand in the new world order, things like this. Almost nobody knew this. And everybody had quite the experience of the crazy googly-eyed guy sharing this with them. So that was like day 3, completely full 3 days wandering around the desert, 100+ degree weather, not getting anything done. Honestly, barely surviving. I was pretty discouraged at this point.
I keep you warm and safe in my people's zoo.
There's more. Yeah, not really. There's more and more and more. And I will, because I could honestly go on for hours about it, I'm going to slowly talk about it over the next few episodes. We will be releasing some material, playing some special segments, and I'll be telling you about more disasters that happened, because there are so much more and they're so much worse. There's some pretty, on top of everything, I went to some pretty heavy lectures, again, very focused on participation in what the new world order looks like, really sort of revealing a lot of plans, some things that are imminently taking place, which, thank God, we can get some forward knowledge of this, as well as some really actually incredibly heavy and sad things that happened that I will be talking about in the future. So there you go. I'm back. Sorry for rambling, but thank you to everybody who helped make this happen. It was not easy, but I do feel grateful to God and to you guys for helping make it happen. And I'm hoping that we can continue to play a part in sort of keeping tabs on the sort of global implications, the worldwide implications that come from that transformative festival. And we'll also be doing some interviews and stuff like that, and possibly, making it on some more RSS feeds, some more classic, old school RSS feeds. Yeah. So keep an ear out for all that.
Yep.